Lenses play a powerful role in shaping your visual voice in street photography. More than cameras or settings, lens choice influences how you see, how close you work, and how your photographs feel. Over time, the lens you favor becomes part of your identity as a photographer. A lens is not just a technical tool, it is a perspective. Different focal lengths change the relationship between you, your subject, and the environment. Understanding this relationship helps you make intentional choices rather than default ones. Wide-angle lenses encourage immersion. Focal lengths such as 24 or 28 millimeters include more of the environment. They place subjects within context and emphasize space, scale, and proximity. These lenses invite you to move closer, to step into the scene, rather than observe from a distance. Working wide requires confidence and awareness. Being close increases intimacy but also risk. When used well, wide lenses create dynamic, energetic images that feel alive and immediate. They are especially effective in dense urban environments, where surroundings contribute strongly to the story. The 35mm lens is often considered the classic street photography focal length. It offers a natural balance between subject and environment. It feels intuitive and flexible. Many photographers choose this lens because it closely matches how they experience scenes visually. A 35mm perspective allows for storytelling without distortion. It works well for candid moments, layered compositions, and everyday interactions. For many, it becomes an extension of seeing rather than a conscious choice. 50mm lenses introduce more separation. They narrow the field of view and bring attention to individual subjects. This focal length encourages observation from a slightly greater distance. It often results in more intimate portraits and quieter moments. Using a 50mm lens changes your rhythm. You wait more, you isolate moments. The environment becomes supporting rather than dominant. This approach suits photographers drawn to emotion, expression, and subtle gestures. Longer focal lengths offer compression and distance. While less common in traditional street photography, they can be useful for discrete observation or graphic compositions. However, working too far away can reduce engagement. Distance affects emotional connection. Prime lenses are favored by many street photographers because they encourage commitment. A fixed focal length removes constant decision-making. You learn to see within limitations. Over time, this builds consistency and confidence. Zoom lenses offer flexibility but can slow perception. Constantly adjusting focal length can interrupt awareness. That said, zooms can be effective when used intentionally, especially for photographers who work in varied environments. Aperture also influences visual voice. Wide apertures create separation and softness. Smaller apertures preserve context and detail. Neither is better. Each supports different stories. Street photography often benefits from moderate apertures that balance subject and environment. Lens choice also affects how people respond to you. Smaller lenses feel less intrusive. Large lenses draw attention and can change behavior. Discretion supports authenticity. Over time, patterns emerge. You may notice you consistently favor certain distances, compositions, or emotional tones. These patterns are shaped by your lens choices. Recognizing them helps you refine your voice rather than imitate others. There is no perfect lens for street photography. There is only the lens that best supports how you see. Experimentation is essential. Try one lens for extended periods. Let it shape your perception. As your visual voice develops, lens choice becomes intuitive. You stop thinking about focal length and start thinking about meaning. The lens disappears and your perspective becomes clear. When you choose lenses with intention, your images gain coherence. Viewers begin to recognize your work not by subject but by feeling. That is when equipment becomes expression and your visual voice takes shape.